I'm Ramsey the loud one.
I'm Jesse the short one.
Put us both into one, we are.
Lots of noise, always too fast, lots of laughs. Here's our podcast, the loud and short of it. Hi, and welcome to the loud and short of it.
I'm Ramsey the loud one.
And I'm Jesse the short one.
This week we have our monthly movie review for March.
Boom.
We're going to knock out our review for Chaos Walking, and then the fucking best movie ever, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, not to give any spoilers, but Ramsey's been excited to record this one for how many years?
Oh,
3, 4?
4 years. Let me tell you something else. This podcast wouldn't fucking exist without Zack Snyder. We fucking had that conversation in the living room eons ago about whether or not Cyborg was cool. We were like, we should make a podcast. And the first episode would be Justice League, and here the fuck we are.
94 episodes later.
Oh my god.
90 good episodes and 4 to start off there that are just about
4
this.
incredible concepts and just, you know. All right, so I feel like if we're going to be genuine with our audience, we have to get off. We have to finish Chaos Walking. Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah, we gotta walk through this chaos. Okay, let's get these numbers out of the way.
Yeah.
We've got a 22 from critics.
Yikes.
Just pretty abysmal. Can't get much lower than that. Only 21 numbers less than that number.
Yeah.
We got a 72 from the audience.
That was good.
Thank you. And then we got our scores. I'd like to start with mine.
Good. That's probably
A man of the people.
Yep.
Not a baby back bitch, not a reviewer, just a man who goes to the movies, watches them, and then tells you how he feels about them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the audience score, 72. I'm with the rest of America.
Oh,
good
you're
people of America.
fucking sheep. You're going to follow what the public told you to
Yes,
to
give
do?
it to me, boring review man who can't enjoy films.
This, I would like to say, this is a historic score for the podcast. This is the first podcast where we've hit negatives. This movie gets a -10. A -10.
Wow.
You know why? Because I took 20 points off for it not being available digitally.
So this started as a 10
Yep.
in theaters, but then because you couldn't watch it at home, it goes to -10.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You're a bitch.
We're in a pandemic. Release it digitally. Honestly, maybe I took off 50 fucking points. I don't know. I was just so angry. I had to watch this. Hey, well, you know, I didn't go to a theater, but I found it.
I'm gonna say I'm just gonna leave the rest of my takes for later. It
Yeah.
made 15.7 million. Very, very bad.
Yeah.
Especially because it's theaters only, so they can't even be like, oh, well, maybe the HBO subscriptions went up like every other movie has been, which is never enough to cover it.
No.
Opening weekend, nobody cares. It's COVID. It 4 million.
Yeah.
Budget 100 million. So they made a big old loss, big stinky L on this movie.
Yeah.
Just very bad idea. But if it wasn't COVID, they probably would have made their money back. Not by a ton, but they would have been okay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I've never heard of these books before.
Yeah.
And they're just, I don't know.
Also, first fun fact, apparently this movie, nothing like the books. So if you have heard of the books, you're probably going to fucking hate the movie.
Yeah, this movie was also just, we want to get into the fun facts. This movie was riddled with reshoots.
2 movies back-to-back
Yeah.
with reshoots.
Reshoots is something that whenever it's like announced on fucking film Reddit or whatever, and there's like, this movie had a ton of reshoots, there's half people going, this is terrible, and half people going, this is completely normal. If it's so much reshoots that it's fucking newsworthy, it's not normal. This movie was completely fucked. The Tom Holland actually missed the Avengers Endgame premiere because he had to go do reshoots for this movie. During the reshoots, he got his fucking nose broken. Tom Holland, another fun fact, Tom Holland did not have anything to do with this movie on like Instagram. He did no press release shit for it. He was like, I'm out. I don't give a fuck.
That makes sense.
Yeah. This also did not get a cinema release for 4 fucking years.
So this was filmed. Oh my god.
Yeah, did you not notice at the end they look like they're way older. Towards the beginning, like Tom Holland looks like he's a child, and I'm just like, you look like a slightly older child.
That is very strange. Is there a reason behind that? Do you know?
It's reshoots. It's also just like got caught in development hell and shit. I don't know. I honestly have no fucking clue how Hollywood works.
Yeah. I don't even pay attention to any of that because I'm a man of the people. I just watch movie, consume media, ask for more media. That's what I do.
See, I can actually get into why things are good because I understand how they work. Except whenever,
that sounds like a
you
terrible
become
way to
practical. any practical application. The last fun fact I'll give it is that Tom Holland was asked to grow as much facial hair as he could for his role over 5 weeks, and he had a thin striped goatee that was barely a soul patch.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if this
We are one and the
teenage
same.
wasn't sure if this teenage kid was supposed to look like me or some shit. I don't know. Bad movie.
Yeah.
You want to get into our takes?
Yeah, I'll start with my take. So, as I've said on the podcast 4 million times, if you watched any monthly review, I fucking hate trailers.
Okay.
I hate trailers. I hate being told how somebody felt about a movie before I see a movie. I hate being told a single detail about a movie. And most of all, I hate seeing the reviews, the percentage reviews, because they mess with the way that I'm going to consume this movie. And this movie, like an idiot, I Googled just real quickly to find the times instead of using the little Alamo app to get my ticket.
Yeah.
And I just saw Rotten Tomatoes 22%, which changed the way I went into this movie. Now I went to theater and I was like, I'm going to watch a bad movie. Got to make the most of it. And let me tell you, I fucking love this movie. I had a ball in that theater.
You loved it?
I loved it. Now, would that have been different if I had gone into this movie blind and just expected a great movie? Because the trailers made it look pretty okay.
Were you like laughing because it was bad?
No, not really. I think
This movie's fucking boring, Jesse.
I think this movie is fucking stellar. And then it gets to the very end and he has to climb a thing to attach a satellite to something. And the second that scene started, I went, lost me. You're right. Bad movie. And then the rest of the movie was just kind of dog shit. But the first 85% of the movie, I was like, I'm 100% in this. This is dope.
That's
give me
crazy.
the more. And I liked every moment of it. It was fun.
Dude, I straight up I honestly can barely remember this movie. I watched it all the way through and I was just like, what the fuck happened? And then I like went back and like pieced through it and I was just like, I had a bunch of questions. I felt like I could not fucking focus at all because it was just at a point where I was like, whenever they talk about like what happened, it doesn't make any sense where they're just like, the men killed all the women. And I was like, what?
Well, the fucking main superhero bad guy, he could kind of control people. So he controlled the men to murder all the fucking women.
Is that how that worked?
Yeah, he had superpowers, like kind of superpowers. Like it wasn't like immediately like literally mind control, but he could like kind of implant shit and force people to do shit they didn't want to do.
Okay,
he could really control his voice or chaos, whatever the fuck they called it.
Yeah, man, I guess I did not fucking pick up on that because I was literally watching it and I was like, then they go to the other fucking town where just like everyone's like, no, we're all people, and then he just gives like the fucking corniest speech ever where he's just like, this lady's here to take your livelihoods, and I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like wearing this big old fucking like Western trench coat, and I was like, why are you what is this cowboy movie I'm fucking watching?
Cowboys in space, baby. You should have loved it.
It was ass. Fucking Tom Holland was just like, he was like, oh man, one of the Jonas Brothers is fucking with me. Let me think about a snake real hard, and then it fucking snaps at him.
It was odd that Joe Jonas was in this movie, and his character just in general was weird.
Yeah, what did he do? He
Apparently in the book, he's like one of the very, very, very important characters, and they were like, well, we got to have him in the movie, but he's not going to do anything. Like, it was like...
Call Joe.
That one I can't defend. Joe being in this movie was just fucking strange.
Yeah.
First of all, like, I recognize that he's been in some good things and might be a good actor. If I see that guy on a screen, my brain goes, that's the Jonas Brother guy. Yeah. And then another part of my brain goes, dude, enjoy what you're watching. That's an actor. Like, you're not supposed to be thinking that. And then for the rest of that time he's on the screen, my brain's just like, that's the Jonas Brother guy. You remember him? He was famous when you were a kid.
I was watching.
I was in a band.
I was watching Kingdom, this like MMA show or whatever, and it was like Joe Jonas is in it. And the entire time I was like referring to the other characters by their name. Whenever Joe Jonas showed, I was like, oh yeah, and Joe Jonas is doing this. I was like, dude, this is you stop acting. Like, you're good at it. You're good at acting, but you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, you got to go to like a different country that didn't have the Jonas Brothers, or like maybe he could just wait it out until like the average person doesn't think about the Jonas Brothers.
But I'll always know.
Yeah, but eventually
we're real movie reviewers, so that stain's gonna follow him.
Eventually, you'll be old and no one will remember the Jonas Brothers, but they'll just still be an actor, maybe. So stick to it, Joe Jonas. We believe in you. But I'll never look at you as anything other than a teeny bopper musician.
Yeah, change your name or something. I don't know.
Look different.
Yeah.
When I see Miley Cyrus now, I'm not like, oh, that's that old Hannah Montana person, I'm like, oh, that's that crazy Wrecking Ball bitch, because she had a whole arc.
Yeah, rebrand.
Yeah.
Who says you can't?
Joe Jonas had no arc.
Yeah.
He's just Joe Jonas.
Britney Spears it up, fucking Hannah Montana it up, do whatever you have to.
You have to shave your head. That's the rule.
Ooh, put on a wig and go by a different name. Get the best of both worlds. Oh.
Go by Joe Montana.
That was a great stretch of jokes until that. But yeah, I fucking didn't like this movie. I feel like for me personally,
give me one reason other than Joe Jonas.
It's fucking boring.
Why is it boring?
Nothing cool happens. What cool happens?
He rides a horse off a cliff and then murders it. Very cool.
Yeah.
He literally punches an 8-foot tall alien in the face, and then he tries to drown and murder it, which was very cool. There's a bomb that shoots light at the very beginning of the movie. Thought that was very nifty. Space cowboys. Gay couple that they never said if they were gay or not.
I could not tell.
Right? Which opened up so many interesting questions to if there was a society with no women, would everybody become gay? How did it work? Were they gay before all the women were killed or not? How did it work? They don't answer in the movie, and I wish they did. That's a valid criticism. Now that I've destroyed your boring criticism.
He just worked his way into being like, whoa, how do gay people work in this movie?
Yeah, I want to know.
That's a good criticism. I don't know, man. Daisy Ridley was cool in it. I love Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, that's the girl from Star Wars, if you don't know. And she looks nothing like the girl from Star Wars in this movie. She looks like a different person.
She's wearing a wig.
Different Joe Jonas, take a fucking page out of her book. Put a fucking wig on.
If he took her wig, he'd look like fucking Hannah Montana.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, you kind of got me here. You're just using a lot of adjectives and saying cool, and I'm just saying that it's boring.
Was it not cool? Was it not cool when he punched an alien?
The alien shocked me a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, where'd this guy come from?
Also, apparently a very important part of the book. And in this movie, it's 5 minutes, punches an alien, doesn't kill it because Daisy Ridley's like, don't kill the alien.
Yeah, it just shows him and then leaves.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Very dumb.
Why?
To give like a reasoning.
It's like a good alien design too. Like it looked cool. I was very mad.
Just to give a reason for why that crazy guy got away with murdering the women. Because the crazy guy blamed all the women dying on the aliens, and that's why.
Yeah.
That's why Mr. Tom whatever his last name is, hates the aliens.
Oh
and,
my
and,
God.
and likes the cowboy guy.
Maybe I need to rewatch this movie. Maybe I was just like, I hated it so much I couldn't pay attention.
I really think that it wasn't as bad as all the. I'm honestly confused by the review.
Really?
Like, was it fucking like amazing? Like, would I be like, this is one of the top? Like, I gave it a 72. I'm not giving this thing like a 90.
Yeah.
But like, it's absurd that critics gave it a 22. It was not that bad. The ending is fucking bad.
It's dumb.
He does this weird thing where he has to climb the side of a spaceship that's crash landed, and like before then. He's not like fucking Superman. Like he punches an alien and he kills an octopus at one point, but he's not like he's like rugged and cool.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but now he can fucking jump 30 feet into the air and dunk and then do a backflip and attach a satellite at the same time. And you're just like, okay. And then 2 minutes after that scene, which was the point I was like, you lost me. Daisy Ridley's like, I'm going to light the preacher on fire using a tiny fire starter because apparently the preacher's made out of gasoline. And then, after that, Tom gets the power to project thousands of women with his mind. And then Daisy Ridley murders a guy. And it was just like the weirdest ending.
Bad way. She just pushes him.
Yeah.
And I was like, Yeah. I hate when that happens. Kill your bad guys grotesquely. I want to see it happen.
Yeah. We didn't even get to see him hit the ground, so he could be okay.
Oh my God. Don't make Chaos Walking 2. Please, just don't do it.
With how much money they made, they're not making Chaos Walking 2.
Oh man. Well, Chaos Walking was a movie that I sat through. You remember very well.
Yeah.
But it's not really a movie because real movies are a bit longer than an hour and 50 minutes. Real movies they have a bit tighter of an aspect ratio than 16:9. Real movies like Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now let's get through the numbers with this one.
Okay. Yeah, we're on the Justice League.
Oh, I fucking hope. I hope that happens.
It got a 72 from the critics. So just
Low.
50 more than Chaos Walking. It's not that much more. It got a 95 from the audience. So I don't feel like that's a deserved score because the only people
Shut up.
The only people
Shut up.
The only people reviewing Zack Snyder Justice League were people destined to like Zack Snyder's Justice
People who
League.
kick ass.
Now, this being said, I would like, before we get into our reviews, this got a 72 from the critics. The Justice League, the Joss Whedon one that came out in theaters that some of you may have seen if you're not a fucking giant nerd, it got a 40 from the critics. So almost doubled its shit. 95 from audience for Zack Snyder's cut that just came out. 71 from the audience of the original Joss Whedon.
That is a low audience score.
Because if you can go to 71 on a superhero movie, all you need to hit the 90s of a superhero movie is like a cool fight scene and like don't fuck it up. And a bunch of nerds will be like, best movie of the century.
Yeah. I'm going to shit on Joss Whedon's Justice League really quick. It's a horrible it's the worst comic book movie. And I mean, even the bad ones that people talk about. Batman and Robin is a better comic book movie than this because Batman and Robin has a style and it's funny. Joss Whedon's Justice League is a fucking soulless piece of shit. Joss Whedon sucks ass. Fuck you, Joss Whedon. He got canceled, so it's okay to do that.
Oh, nice. I'm going to give this movie a 79%.
Yeah, very surprised you went that high.
I am going into this movie. My review of this movie is what I would rate this movie if right before watching it. So both times. My first one I reviewed it, going into it, somebody saying this is going to be bad. And that changes how I'm going to review the movie. This movie I went in with somebody saying this is a 4-hour-long superhero movie. With that being said, 79. Now somebody said, I'm going to show you a random movie. Yeah. And then I had to sit through 4 fucking hours of superhero shit. Would have been like a 10, and I would have killed that person and not hung out with them anymore.
The one thing I could say, the only glowing review, is that you really did not make fun of this movie. I don't know if that was for my sake, but we were watching it. The only thing Jesse bitched about was the aspect ratio, and I was like, go for it, man. Yeah, everyone fucking hates that. I don't even really like it. I'm just going to say I do to piss people off. It was a fucking blast. But
well, that and The Flash, but we'll get into that.
Yeah. But now we got to get into my score.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another historic score for Ramsey.
A real roller coaster ride
for
of
Ramsey
scores.
Allardyce's loud and short of it cut. I'm giving this movie a 120%.
Oh.
This movie fulfilled dreams, baby. It cured fucking pandemics. The vaccines wouldn't have got out until this shit was announced that this movie's being released to the public. Now,
worldwide gross. Doesn't matter. New cut. It's only not even in theaters, I don't think. Opening weekend, doesn't matter. Shut up. And budget doesn't fucking matter because, it's the same movie again. Kind of.
They gave him like
not at all.
60 mil to finish it. But none of that matters. So now, instead of the fun facts, I'm just going to give you the timeline for Justice League.
He's so happy to give you the timeline of Justice
July
League.
6, 1996, A Star is Born. Ramsey Loud Howard died of spurts out of his mom. And he had no fucking clue that in his little lifetime, he was going to see the greatest live-action rendition of Justice League of all time. March 2016, the greatest superhero movie of all time is released. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
No.
Introducing Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, and Diana Prince, all three on screen for the first time. 23rd July of the same year, a trailer for we had no clue was the greatest movie of all time is released. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, a bit more somber. In 2017, it's announced that Zack Snyder has to leave the movie because of a family tragedy. And Joss Whedon was tapped to finish the movie. He reshoots 90% of the movie, replaces with dog shit, sexist jokes, and cuts out Cyborg and Flash's actual fucking storylines. 2019, Zack Snyder announces that not only is the Zack Snyder cut real, but it's fucking almost done. 2020, Warner Brothers announced the Snyder Cut's going to be released in 2021, and fucking HBO Max will have it day and date streaming. March 18, 2021, the greatest movie of all time is released in 4:3 ratio, and Ramsey's life is finally complete. Now let's get into our takes.
They should never have trailers for any movies ever. What they should do is find somebody that's as nerdy as you that likes that movie that much, and they should just play that clip.
You know the best thing ever is this isn't the first time I've done this. Like 6 fucking friends have texted me being like, "You like Superman? What's Zack Snyder's Justice League?" And I've been like, "Do you know what Joss Whedon did? You have any fucking clue what happened?" Now, I would just like to get this as someone who fucking loves Batman vs Superman. Now, the 3.5 hour cut, the extended version, not the dog shit that went in theaters. I fucking love this movie. It is the fucking exact fucking vision that I expected to happen. It went from Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, to Justice League 1, which is just it's fucking dope. It's super stylized. Like a lot, some of it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in a way where you can be like, yeah, who fucking cares?
It's
like,
a superhero movie.
Yeah, they keep things chugging.
Superhero movies are like, I mean, they are action movies. They get that thing where you're like, oh, did that not work out perfectly? And you're like, no one fucking cares. Watch the comic book move around.
I think that one of my favorite things was sitting on the couch with you, and then like Desaad shows up, Darkseid's like, "Man," you were like, "Who's that guy?" And I was like, "It doesn't really matter, but his name's Desaad. He's one of Darkseid's like left-hand lieutenants." And then I gave you the whole history of him. Never comes up in the movie because it doesn't fucking matter. But I fucking love this movie. I think that it's one of the coolest things ever because it's like this movie is the Avengers. It's not Endgame, it's not Infinity War, which a lot of people compared it to. It is the Avengers 1 of the DC extended universe. And I think this movie does a lot of things better than Avengers 1 did.
If this movie had come out in 2017 instead of the one that did come out, we would have been like, whoa, DC's in the game.
Yeah.
Well, not the 4-hour one. If they had taken this movie and cut an hour and a half out of the fucking thing and then released it, it would have been fucking crazy. And DC would have blown the fuck up, and then we'd be in the middle of the DC universe today.
Oh, yeah. Wow. It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I could have gotten Man of Steel, too. But I think that, like, one of the coolest things about it is, like, because you got to look at Marvel. It's like, okay, here's the setup. Like, we have Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, whatever. And then in fucking Justice League, we have Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman, which introduces 2 other characters. But 2 other characters who you don't really need much backstory on. And then you get a Wonder Woman movie, and then Justice League comes out. Effectively, like, it kind of had the same setup and the same formula. And personally, I think that the differences between this movie and Joss Whedon's Justice League and Avengers is that this movie fucking sets its villains up way better.
Sets the villains up way better, and it sets up the Justice League way better.
Yeah.
Because the Joss Whedon cut, like, did we review that movie? No, it would have been before the...
No, yeah, it was long before.
That movie fucking sucked. I saw that in theaters, and, like, it was just such dog shit. Which is still a problem in this one, that the Flash is so fucking bad. The actor's dog shit. I fucking hate his guts. Yeah. I don't hate the actor's guts. I hate the actor being Flash. The idea of that's guts. But in the Joss Whedon one, Cyborg and Flash are like, and Aquaman are just 2-3 people that are just there with like no reason why they're there, and you're just like, who the fuck are these people and why are they involved in any way? And this one, you're like, fuck yeah, cool.
You can even like, I could fucking go through it from the characters. Like, we have Batman, who's like an actual character in this. He witnessed the death of Superman, and from there he was like, okay, Lex Luthor warned me there's a fucking attack coming. I'm gonna unite the heroes. I'm gonna do what Clark tried to do with me, but I was such a dick we couldn't pull it off. And then he starts doing it. But he does it in a Batman way where he's kind of a douchebag.
And he fucks like, it all up.
Yeah, he's just like doing his best. He's working with Diana, and Diana has fucking purpose in this movie. She, like, keeps people together. She, like, talks to people through their fucking issues.
As opposed to her purpose being ass shots for the entire movie.
Dude, every fucking sexist shot, everything that was, like, weird that happened with Wonder Woman was shot by Joss Whedon. I was, like, blown away. Wonder Woman kicks ass in this fucking movie. She does cool shit with her sword. You love seeing her and Steppenwolf fight because, like, Steppenwolf is, like, kind of respectful and cool. He's like, all right, fucking Amazonian, like, you know, like, let's have it out. And he's like, I want to fight her one-on-one. I was like, this is fucking dope. And Steppenwolf is fucking a cool villain because he's, like, kind of a giant pussy and a loser. And, like, he betrayed Darkseid, and, like, he has these, like, fucking whiny puppy dog eyes when he's talking to Darkseid and being like, please let me come home, or whatever. And Darkseid's like, no, give me my anti-life equation, and then you can
mother
have
boxes.
Yeah. Well, 4 of the unity. Shut up, Steppenwolf. But it just works on, like, every level where I feel like, and then you get your Cyborg, Flash, and Aquaman, who, this movie cannot fucking work without them.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Aquaman, the
I still think just the entire existence of Flash in this, and let me put it. If you've watched every episode, which hey, you're a fucking crazy person, but I like the Flash. I think the Flash is a very cool character. The Flash TV show that's dog shit. Seen every episode. I just really like the Flash. The Flash in Justice League. The actor is fucking terrible.
Yeah,
everything he says is like cringy and like a. It's like they tried to like marvel up a little bit.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna have a fun, silly character, and it just doesn't fucking work. It's weird as hell.
Yeah.
And then they like try to give him like a cool like his dad was in jail, which is a thing from Flash. But they tried to start that and wrap it up all in this movie, and it's fucking just doesn't make sense. It's the only part of this movie. I'll say that's where my 21% goes away.
Really?
It's just because I like Flash, and I feel like even the Zack Snyder cut of this, I still am left being like, when Flash shows up, I hate him. When Flash is doing things, I hate him. When Flash's story is over and he gets to do his little time travel thing, I think it was unearned and stupid, and I don't care.
Yeah. I think that with Flash specifically, I think the biggest problem is the delivery of a lot of his lines. Because you can see through the cracks sometimes with his performance where you're just like, he will give a line, I'm just like, that was kind of good. Like, that's the kind of Flash for me. But instead, he's like, being this weird, like, fumbly dork. He's trying to, like, be like Peter Parker, but, like, that Flash isn't Peter Parker. Flash is cool.
Yeah.
Like, Flash is funny. Like, Barry Allen is the shit. Like, Wally West is a little dorky, but, like, I feel like that's where, like, I kept falling off this movie where it was just, like, Flash is super important, and I love Flash's arc in this movie. I like the thing with his dad in prison, and then he goes in the end, he's like, Dad, I got a job. And his dad's like, that's fucking awesome. But the problem is that Flash isn't fucking likable. You need to fucking like Flash. He does some cool shit at the end where he does, like, he runs and, like, turns back time, which I thought was fucking awesome. But it would have been a lot cooler if he didn't fucking, wasn't just like, I was one of them, Dad. The best of the best. Give me a little lightning while I do that.
It would have been cool at the end if he rewound time, if it was like we had seen him like struggle to get that power and to like learn how to do it. But this movie is just every time that Flash does something cool, it's him 2 minutes before going like, okay, well, guys, I don't know if I can do it. But I'll do my best. And then he does it, and then it works. And then he does that to save Superman, and then he does it another time, and then he does it and rewinds time and saves the world. And you're just like, okay, so Flash's arc is that he doesn't have the confidence to be the Flash. Like, this is so fucking boring.
Yeah. Flash.
And if
suck.
he didn't just look the fucking way he does, my God. There's a moment in this movie where he's like slow-mo running past Superman, and Superman's keeping up with him and turning his head, which is like a very cool Flash showing that Superman is quick way to do that. And I was like, nifty. But it's just zoomed in on Flash's stupid fucking face wearing the stupid Flash mask. It's fucking terrible.
Jesse hates Ezra Miller.
I wanted to give him a fucking swirly.
Yeah, Flash kind of blows. Great set pieces for Flash, but I think that before we get into this, we have to talk about Cyborg, because me and you come to blows. I never thought Cyborg should have been on the Justice League. He's a Teen Titan to me. He is a fucking Teen Titan. He belongs on the Teen Titans. It didn't make sense to me that Cyborg got to be on the Justice League before Dick Grayson did, but that doesn't matter as Dick Grayson isn't in this universe. The only flaw in it. Cyborg deserves to be on the fucking Justice League, specifically this Cyborg. This Cyborg is fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
He's relatable. You feel fucking
like a
bad
central
for him.
figure, to be honest.
Yeah, he's like the main character of this movie, and like to shit on Joss Whedon again, he cut all of his fucking story. He does not matter in fucking Justice League 2017.
In the 2017 one, you're like, oh, that's Cyborg and his dad and him don't get along. And then at the end, he has this whole thing where he saves the fucking world by being Cyborg and fixing the cube and everything. And you're just like, okay.
Yeah, like, whatever.
And in this movie, like, all of that makes sense why it's so important. And
his
everything.
dad, he, like, fucking has a super contentious relationship, and it's just, like, he has a great dynamic with fucking Diana, and, like, he does so much cool shit when they're in the fucking, the sewers or whatever, and the water comes in, the bat crawler is all fucked up, and he goes in and he takes over the bat crawler and fucking walks it up to save them, and I'm just like, He's the reason the mother box is the reason he can split the Unity and like get the mother boxes apart with help from Superman, one of the other greatest characters of all time. But I bought him, and he wasn't making jokes. He wasn't being fucking goofy. He was like a pissed off like 20-year-old being kind of cranky, and I fucking respected it. And he looked like a fucking graphics card, but I liked it. He did some cool Iron Man stuff. This movie made me like Cyborg on the Justice League, and I never thought that could work.
Yeah, I'll take my I told you so now. I told you so. Could be a good Cyborg movie.
Yeah, there could be a good Cyborg movie. But with this fucking Cyborg, I won't accept anything else, WB.
My Cyborg was even better.
Well, that's neither here nor there. Last thing I'll say, Superman, the greatest character of all time. The way they use Superman in this movie is fucking incredible. Because everyone bitches about how Superman's too powerful, and they frame him in this movie in the perfect way. Because when Superman shows up at the end, it's over for Steppenwolf. He gets fucked up immediately. He gets fucking his ear lasered off, and then his head, and then oh my god, and they kill him in the coolest way. Aquaman stabs him, and then Superman punches him. Fucking Diana cuts his head off, and then he flies into a portal back to Darkseid. We're not gonna get too deep into Darkseid.
Gets to go home.
Yeah, in pieces.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool because Superman shows up at the very end, and you realize that the only way they could have taken this world out is if the Kryptonian died.
Yeah,
that's what actually woke up the mother boxes.
What I want to end on, because I think we've done enough for this movie, is if you are a comic book nerd, this is the perfect 4 hours. They shouldn't have cut anything. It's exactly what every comic book nerd wants it to be, which is what comic book movies should be.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like that. And if I came at it from a review of not myself, but I was like a comic book nerd, this movie's got to be 100. It's fucking perfect.
If I reviewed this like I review other movies, no, it wouldn't. Like, it's still good, but it's like it would be in the 80s, I guess.
And I would like if, for more things, they kind of released director's cuts right away, quicker, and gave these kind of options.
That was a huge thing. The other thing about this is, like, I would go even further than that. Run movies back. If you fuck up the end of a trilogy, Star Wars Episode 9, run it back, Disney. Do it again. No one's gonna fucking be mad at you. We'd be very impressed.
What's going to happen is that the average person that isn't into Star Wars is going to not give a fuck. And then the people that do like Star Wars are going to be like, thank you so much for fixing the shit that we wanted fixed. It's a win-win situation. I don't understand why more things like this don't happen.
Yeah. And also, WB moving forward, I like the new Batman movie, okay? But no, restore the Snyderverse. Just finish it. It'd be fucking awesome. Everyone would love it. And you have no direction, so who cares anymore? But yeah, that is the culmination of years of work. My dream has been realized. That has been our monthly movie review for March.
Yes. Catch us next week for a From the Ground Up.
Ground Up Justice League.
No. No.